bienvenidos a Conversando con la Mary Juana, el podcast que te acerca a la magia de lo cotidiano, celebrando a mujeres que, aunque ordinarias, son pura chispa extraordinaria. Today we celebrate our wonderful Cynthia. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever.
Oh my God. Doing great. I'm just emotions, but
Yeah, dealing with life.
Yeah.
Well, to start, for our listeners who might not know, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? What does a typical day look like if you're still working? Because I know we got great news. Our friend here is pregnant. We have a baby growing. So are you still working? Are you taking a break from work? Yes. What are you doing now?
I'm still working. I have 2 jobs. One of them, I'm going to call it nursery technician. So, I mean, she gave me a whole new, my boss gave me a whole new title, but I'm just like, that sounds like a lot of responsibility. But
so you're growing into your,
yes.
into your role.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I am learning so freaking much. Like, I pretty much guide the workers of cutting clones and making sure that we're planting them right and checking the plant health and checking for the quality control, and getting the orders ready for partner farms in the cannabis industry. So it's really intense and it's really cool, but every day I'm learning something.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's so awesome.
Did you know what growing weed entailed before you started working there? So you went in with no experience?
No experience.
Can you tell, how can someone get into working in the cannabis industry, particularly farming?
Networking. You gotta know people. Yeah. But even then, I feel like if you go to I know some dispensaries do these events, and they'll have farms out there too. So it's just definitely networking, speaking up, talking to your bud tender, seeing if there's any events out there, because they will pretty much give you information to get involved in any of that. Yeah. Because I know, at least with the company that I'm working with, they do a lot of events up north, so Oakland or San Francisco area. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure in that area they advertise about the farm and they try to bring people in. And I know they're also starting to do that in LA, or they did that in LA first and then San Fran, but one of the two. But I know they are trying to get people in, to get people to see the farm too. We're also doing farm tours.
Oh, fun!
Right now, I don't know how one can get to the farm tour, but all I know is that we are starting to do farm tours. Yeah. Show people the farm, which is
to see cool. That is pretty fun. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't take my toddler there, but that sounds like a really fun activity. Just because I'd be doing that kind of things, especially with my toddler. I'm like, oh, let's pick strawberries today. So I will definitely consider probably visiting you guys.
I could actually bring people over. It would be more of a private tour than their guided tour. It's just more I would be doing the tour and tell you oh, this is what we do, this is how we do things over here. But I'm pretty sure I could ask my boss and be like, hey.
Dude, I am ready to look for a babysitter. Hey, can you take care of my child so I can go to the weed farm? I miss life. Anyway, what drew you to the cannabis industry? Was it a planned career path or something that you kind of fell into?
It was something I kind of fell into, because before working there, I was working at Counter Kids with you.
Yes! That's where we met!
It was just one of those things, because during 2020, I unfortunately lost my job, and then I was just I need a job, and then just so happened Counter Kids was hiring, so it was just one of those things where I have no experience, but I'm willing to see what's up and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And
I think Counter Kids did a really great job at training us in the matter of educating us about the plant, and it wasn't just a sales position. Which I think that when you go to a lot of dispensaries, that's how it feels like.
Oh yeah.
But they were really good at know your terpenes, know the effects, and how this is processed. So I think that also might have helped into transitioning into working at the farm.
Because that was obviously the final product, and this is now the before product, but it kind of gave us an idea how the plant would give you the effect, the aftermath, so it's just really cool to see and to understand from the final product to and the before product. So it's just really, really cool.
Like how it's processed. I know you like tip your toes right in there. You're like, all in. Cannabis,
I know how to do this.
All in. Yeah. Well, the cannabis world has historically been male dominated. What has your experience been as a woman in this space, and have you seen a shift in the culture?
It's a wee different still. I do see a shift now because I do see a little bit more women starting to come to the industry, and I'm glad to see it. But where I'm working at, it's mostly family, which is great because because I actually brought in my sister, so she works with me too.
Nice.
And I know like there's like a married couple, so like it's just more family coming
Oriented,
in, but they are bringing in a little bit more women too. So I like that. So it's just I'm seeing that shift, like cause you don't see too many men, but it's more women coming in.
That is great. I feel like when I was talking to Ale as well, I was like, this is like a very like male dominated industry. And she's like, actually, there's a lot of females and it was a case for when we worked at Canna Cruz as well. There was a lot of women working there, and we were like willing to learn about the plant and the industry and whatnot. So it's really interesting to see how there is a shift going on. Like it seems as the more people are purchasing and the more we're expanding in the cannabis industry, well, the more workers we need, and and part of them are a lot of like female workers, which is great. I feel like a lot of women should be everyone should smoke weed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just it. That's my opinion, but to each their own. There can still be like a stigma associated with working in cannabis. Have you encountered this? And if so, how do you navigate it, especially as a Mexican American woman?
I think what I mostly hear is like, when you're high, you're lazy, or when you're all this other stuff. But it's like the quite opposite. Like I know there's a couple handful that still smoke even on the breaks, and all this other stuff. And I see them more active and more like, okay, what's next? What do we got to do? Than
just keep moving so you don't look high.
Yeah, it's like gotta keep working. But I think it's just the lazy part. Like when people say like, well, at least again, it could be different for everybody. But at least what I've seen is like, not when you smoke, at least
you don't become lazy. No. If you're lazy, you're lazy. Don't blame it on the weed.
You're just lazy.
Yeah, you're just lazy. But yeah, I think I agree. A lot of people think that weed makes you lazy. But also, like, one of the things that I've noticed, especially within our culture, is that it's something that's not talked about, and something that if we do it, we tend to hide it. Like, yeah.
Like, oof.
Yeah, because a lot of people are, like, they call us marihuanos, but with a negative connotation, which is why, like, I did La Marijuana when I started writing, because I was like, yeah, I am. So anyway, what's one of the most rewarding or surprising things that you learned from working so closely with the plant?
I think the rewarding thing is like, I kid you not, I'm like gone over the weekend, come back and the plant's like 4 inches high or something. It's just growing and it's green. I think seeing that every single day, little by little of the growth, it's just so rewarding. It reassures me that I'm doing a good job. Just how like I can see it. Like I can see that it's doing great. There's no pests or not pests, but like little like infestations or anything like that. But it's just like, we're doing great. Like these plants are healthy. These plants are looking great. You can see them grow. Yes. Oh my gosh. But it's just,
so you do have like a sense of motherhood in a way with your little baby plants.
Yes, it's like, oh.
And I feel like it's the same with pregnancy. Like if you're paying attention to it constantly, you're not noticing it, but then you go to your sonogram and your baby's growing and you're like, oh, we're doing good. You're growing. You're good. You're good. Yeah. You got a finger in today. But it's crazy to see like how much babies grow in your belly. Like they literally grow week by week. And I don't know if you like have any apps on your phone that help you track the growth of your baby. How big is your baby right now?
Supposedly it's like a fig. Yeah, the size of a fig. I was like, oh my gosh. I had to look up how big is a fig.
Yeah. What was crazy to me is like, are you sure? Because my belly looks bigger.
Yeah, I was like, it's a baby or is it me? I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's really great. That you have that concept of slow growth, but they are growing, and that kind of nurturing that you do at your job might be easily translatable to your motherhood life. Before we move on, would you like to paint or make a bracelet or paint some coasters or coloring books?
I'll paint a coaster.
You want to paint a coaster? I've only got cats.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Because we're a cat household, and here you can choose your cat. I'll take this cat. There's like different kinds of cats. When did you start painting, and what does the creative process look like for you?
I started painting when I was, it's gonna sound real bad, but when I was really depressed.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's the way to channel your emotions too.
It would only come to me when I was just really not feeling okay, and I was just like, I need to feel something out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny looking back, because it's some of them was like with some of the shows I grew up with, or something I just saw on Pinterest, and it's just little things that I see and I was like, okay, I think I could do that, and I think I could feel it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm really like OCD, or like very specific, like very to the T, like, okay, it has to look like this, has to be like that. And I mean, most of the time it always looks fine, but I'm just like, oh no, I need to do this again.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I was really, really feeling it, and I felt like this definitely helped me, and I'm really glad that it's like a little thing that helps me to get out of those little feelings that I feel. But it does kind of bum me out when I really want to do it. Like, I'm not feeling sad, but my, not imagination, but my creativity just doesn't click.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
like, what is going on here?
Like, I'll try and try, and it just doesn't work. It only works when I'm sad.
Yeah.
That's what I just don't understand just yet. Because the last thing I drew something, I was really feeling it, because I mean, everything that's going on.
I'm going through a lot right now.
Yeah, I mean, and I was able to do it. But then after that, I was like, okay, I don't need to do this right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that's a great way to, like, in a great healthy way to channel your emotions, and to just like get them out of your system, because emotions, they need to come out of our system. Otherwise they're going to affect us physically.
At least turn on a candle or something.
Yeah.
Something I didn't do, try to put like Bob's Burgers in the background or something.
I love Bob's Burgers. Do you think you're gonna be Louise as a mom? No, wait. Is that her name? Linda. I've been watching Miss Rachel and Flippy. The wheel on the bus car.
That's what we soon.
Yeah. I will definitely get into Danny Go right now, so you can learn the songs. Those are popping. Those are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We try to dance to it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, sometimes like I'm cooking and my child is listening to Miss Rachel, and in the background she's like, "Icky, sicky, 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 pop," and I'm just like, yeah. This is a good beat. The things that it'll do to you. Yeah. It's okay.
But I do inspire to hopefully be like Linda.
Yeah, yes. I love Linda.
I love Linda.
I am definitely a Tina, I think. I identify with Tina. What themes or subjects do you find yourself drawn to in your art? Does your Mexican heritage ever influence your work?
I've been trying to attempt that general like Mexican culture in there, but it's just like, again, it's only painting sad things right now. Yeah. But like, it's something I've been always wanting to try, because I know my friend, he asked me to paint him like a skeleton mariachi.
And that sounds so cool.
Yeah, but like in this big old canvas, and I'm just like, shoot, that'd be so freaking great to do.
But I'm not in the mood right now.
I have to be really, really sad. Maybe when it's just dark and gloomy or something. But it's just,
you're like, "Hey Juan, break up with me for 5 minutes."
Just for 5 minutes.
I need to cry.
There's some things I want to. I definitely want to try to incorporate any different, like, for sure, Mexican culture into this. But it's just a little hard right now. Yeah. Especially with all these other emotions that I'm feeling, but it's just something I've been dying and wanting to do.
Yeah.
But my inspiration is not there just yet.
Yeah, and that's okay. It'll come to you eventually. And I think that's how creativity, works.
Yeah.
And if it's a way for you to like process, I think that, it seems like it's something sacred for your soul and your mind to kind of take out the sadness, in a health. How does your work in the cannabis industry and your art intersect, if at all?
Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to paint cannabis like things too. And there's some inspiration I have been getting is like, because we're like kind of like on a hill.
Okay.
And every morning the sun sets at a certain like, oh dude, it's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And I try to have that in my mind, and I'm always trying to draw it out, sketch it out, like when I'm feeling a certain way. And it kind of comes out, but it's just the painting part is just a little difficult. But it's just that little mountain hill inspiration is always like in the back of my head. I'm like, okay, when I'm feeling a certain type of way, I'll try to do this. It's just, it's so cool to try to get that. And another, like, just again, painting plants, like, I want to paint.
Yeah, I want to make something cool.
Yeah, I want to make something so freaking cool, because I know I've seen this other artist that they made of, like, literally the little weed, but, like, it was just so detailed. I want to get there, but obviously it takes time, and then that's fine with me. But it's just I inspire to be that detailed in, like, so with the colors, and it's just
Do you ever feel like when you're, in the process of creating, do you have to like sit down and get it all out of your system at once, or are you able to like walk away from it and come back a different day and retomar a donde te quedaste, or is it more like, if I don't get it out right now, I just didn't finish it?
Yeah, it's one of those, I have to get everything out right now. I have to at least try to fill in the canvas, or at least try to finish all the details that I can. There's only actually one particular time I was like really, really, really sad though. I did like a big old Bojack painting. And it was like a 3-parter. And I was able to go back to that particular painting or drawing that I was doing. Have you seen Bojack?
What?
BoJack Horseman?
No.
Show? No? Okay. Well, there's...
But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. But there's these 3 particular scenes, and I was really going through it. And this one particularly was talking about, like, I think it was like death or suicide or something like that. I don't know. And that was the only time I was able to go back to a particular painting and just continue. Yeah. But other than that, it's mostly like I need to get everything out right now.
I am the same. Like when I'm writing, I have to finish the piece of writing like right then and there, even if it takes me like hours to finish, because I know whenever I'm writing essays and I start it, I can either do it in 2 parts, but I have to like get everything out in the moment. Even if it takes me 5 hours, I need to be able to have that space to finish it. Otherwise, I can't like tap into the moment. Like I can't get back into the flow, and that's one of the states that I really, really enjoy, being very immersed in the moment of creating. I love being there. I love getting to like hear my brain speak to itself and hear its thoughts, and I like that space. And I think that's my favorite part about writing. I can't paint for shit. That's not where my talents lie. But I can write your mean ass poem. And once it comes out, I'm like, oh, this is great. But the process, what got me there, that is the moment I love the most. Just like when you're in the zone and nothing's going through your brain but that moment, it almost feels supernatural to me.
Okay.
I really, really enjoy that part of creating, for sure. You are also a fan of adult cartoons.
Yes.
Which I love. And I think we bonded a lot over Bob's Burgers when we were working together. What are some of your favorites? What is it about that genre that you enjoy?
Oh my God. It's just... I mean, okay. Have you seen the recent episodes of Bob Burgers? Or
No.
Because...
No, I had to please fill me in.
Girl, like, the last 2 seasons, it's not even hee hee ha ha anymore. It's getting into the real things. Like, there's some episodes that made me cry.
No.
Yes, there's this one particular... Okay.
Tell me.
Because this
Spoil
is
it.
one this one hits me hard.
Okay.
Just because right now I'm not talking to my older sister.
Okay.
And
sometimes you have to set boundaries, dude.
Yeah. And like this one particular is when like Tina and Louise are just fighting, arguing. Because Louise accidentally broke Tina's like porcelain horse that she just got.
How those are so meaningful to Tina.
Yeah. And they're just arguing, and they're just like, and Linda was like, you know what, you gotta make an apology, like apology card or something like that, to each other, so you guys, could like, get past that. But throughout the process of both of them making an I'm sorry card, like obviously Louise makes it worse, Tina makes it worse, they're just like not doing it.
Yeah.
And there's a story that not Linda, that her sister Gail tells about these sisters that they knew in high school.
Yeah.
They were just literally like this, like so tight with each other, and like one day something happened and they never spoke again.
Yeah.
And then it's what's her name? Gail said, "If you guys do drift apart, just don't drift too far." Oh my god, dude! I was just like,
you're over here building a wall.
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to unbuild this wall?
I have to build this wall. And I was just like, bro, don't do that. And I was that entire episode. And then how meaningful the music they did at the end. Oh
yeah.
God, no, I was crying.
You're like, you ruined me. This was my safe space.
It was. I can't. Like, if I rewatch any of the seasons, I can't do the last two because I will start crying.
Oh,
I will start crying. And then there was this other one that it was like a Christmas special. So Tina, Jean, Louise all had Christmas things to do, but the parents didn't know that Louise had one. They thought it was just Linda or Tina and Jean just doing their own events. But then like, okay, one pair could go here, one pair could go there. They're like, no, Louise also has a thing, so you can't go to 3 events if you're 2 parents.
Yeah.
And obviously Louise didn't show emotion, but she was like, oh, okay, it's whatever. But she was really upset that no one could go.
Yeah.
And she wrote a poem about her brother, or not her brother, about the family.
I saw this episode. Okay. That poem, I was like, oh my God, Louise. Louise.
Louise.
I was like, oh my God, Louise, how? And it makes sense though, because she's such an instigator, and she's like, she's always putting like a strong front, and getting to see her emotions and how she feels. I was like,
that was so raw.
Yeah, it was so raw. I love that episode. It was one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that episode, I was crying. I'm a big crier.
And you'll love that one, the one I'm telling you about the sisters. Oh my god. Like I said, I can't watch it still to this day because I'll still cry.
My partner's always like, okay, he's always like, you're crying? I'm like, yeah. Why are you not crying? It doesn't make sense. Where do you find your inspiration for your art?
Mostly on Pinterest. It's one of those, like, if I see it, I like it, or some things I'm thinking about, like, just depending on how I'm feeling. There's a couple that is from, like, out of my imagination, but most of them is just inspired by Pinterest. Like, oh, I see, like, what was it, Courage the Cowardly Dog, something simple. All right, cool. Like,
I can do that.
Yeah, like, I can do that. There's this one particular that I looked at the end, and I'm like, huh. Like, I don't know about this one.
Should I hide it?
It's a drawing of my hand. Like, I literally drew my hand.
Yeah.
And it has literally this part, and you can see my tattoos.
Yeah.
And it says, "Save me," or "I'm drowning," or something like that. I forgot. It was a while ago. But then I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's a little too sad.
Yeah. Honestly, I have a poem that I wrote talking about, like, I am like drowning in my sorrow and I don't know how to ask for help. And I got inspired by an image on Pinterest of a hand like reaching out of the water.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it kind of like connect. For many, identity is a journey, not a destination. Has your understanding of yourself and your identity shifted over time?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
But I feel like I still have a lot to learn about myself.
Especially like now. Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I'm just, for some reason for me, I feel like I'm learning very slow about myself. And which is okay because I'm still learning,
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So I think I still have a lot to learn about myself
Mm-hmm.
still now. Just one of those things. But
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like your identity, if you're, it changes. It should change, right?
I want to say yes, because when you're growing up, you might feel or be one person, and when you're depending on your surroundings, you could be another person.
Yeah.
And I feel I'm definitely different in I guess, identity when I was younger compared to now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, growing up, I was raised by my mom's Catholic ways. Right now, I'm not religious.
Society. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
High five. I know. Once I like moved out of my house, I was like, "Fuck this! I don't want this."
Yeah.
And then I started exploring.
It's just one of those things where, like, I think you could probably be changing your identity as you're growing up, and I think
as you should.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that when you grow up in a Catholic household, what's really placed on you is that you should obey everything and everyone.
Yes.
And I think that has a very harmful impact in your person.
Yes.
Because then you don't allow yourself to explore, which is what we're on this earth to do, to explore and figure out the best way to live for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely can relate. Like growing up Catholic had a very negative impact on me, and I was very hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved out of my parents' house, and I realized that I could be anyone, and I could dress anyway, and I could express anyway, and I could change it as much as I wanted to until I felt comfortable enough being me. But I had to like pick and choose and add and remove things, and definitely like in a Catholic household it's really not allowed to go out on your own way.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously. You just gotta follow by the little book.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Do you feel like you're not part of the queer community anymore? Do you feel like you're even more part of the queer community? Where does Cynthia lie in this change as a mother?
Oof.
Oof. Yeah.
Oof. I think I still am part of the queer community, because it doesn't, I don't think it just matters how or who I am with now, because I feel like if I'm somewhere where I belong, like, it's just one of those things that
if your soulmate happens to be a man, don't miss out on that.
Yeah.
Just because you identified as something else previous to that, which I totally agree. And one of the things that happened to me when I became pregnant, because I usually present like this with like short hair, very non-binary, very androgynous, very I have a partner and I won't tell you if it's a male or a female. I'll let you assume. But it affected me because I was like, who the fuck am I now looking all queer, non-binary, being pregnant in a big belly? You know what I mean? I was like very judgmental of myself because I was like, what are people going to think? Do I not belong in the queer community anymore? And so I let my hair grow. And so I started dressing more femme. And I was very, very uncomfortable. And I did not want to leave the house because it affected me. I was like, I can't be this anymore. I can't live life anymore. But definitely, like, I had to understand that things definitely have to change for you, for me, for me, and the dynamics of my partnership have to change, and we have to reconsider things. But then I realized that I wanted to teach her to be her. And I wanted to provide a safe space for her to grow up without the construct of gender. So sometimes she'll be like, I want my Mario shirt on. And she's very like, I want cars, I want to go play trains. And we let her explore and we let her do things. And sometimes we get the comment like, but those are boy activities. And we're like, you know what? Nothing is a boy activity. Nothing is a girl activity. They're just activities. And I'm not going to prevent her from having fun with freaking cars if she wants to play with cars. I have a whole track over there.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
We have Barbies. We have all kinds of toys, both gender toys, and we let her explore and play. Because I'm aware that she doesn't understand what gender is, right? And so when I started to feel more comfortable in my own skin again, as a mom again, and I realized I'm not just a mom, I'm still Mary. I can still do Mary things, you know? I cut my hair, and she didn't even notice. No? No! I was like, she's gonna hate me, I'm gonna cut off my hair, but she didn't notice. She didn't address me different. She was like, oh, you cut your hair. She was just like, hi, mama. I was like, great.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Nothing changed. And I can just be me. And I think that being myself unapologetically would be a great example for her. Yeah. You can be feminine in your own way, and don't be afraid of it. So that's how it affected my queerness for sure. I was like, I can't be queer because I'm a mom. Yeah. But no, you can be queer and be a mom, because they're two different things. And like differentiating those things really took me a long time. So it's definitely like one of the things that I like to address with other queer people. I'm like, wait, where are you at in your journey? Because I feel lost. But yeah, I think that's, you know, one of the things that society, like when you are dating one sex over the other, and then you like do a switch or whatever, everyone's like, oh, how? But I thought you weren't attracted to these people. And it's like, no, you just don't know me. Yeah. And I think that's where it lies, you know. It's like, it's more about the person than the sex I'm attracted to. And why should I limit myself and not find love? You know what I mean? Like, if I did limit myself, I probably wouldn't find, well, in your case, Juan. I wouldn't find my Juan. What have you learned about yourself through your relationships, both past and present?
I'm not patient. I'm not patient. No. Yeah. So
I want things done right now.
Yes. But it's okay. You know,
I love myself.
I'm still learning to be patient, and I have to learn how to be more patient now.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, dude. Yes. My child be eating milk, and then she's smacking my chest, or she'd be smacking my chest hella hard, and I'm like, dude, stop.
I know you're just a child, but
you literally. Yeah. They will test your patience. Sometimes I've had to be like, hold on, Christian, take her. I need a moment right now. They test your patience. So it's good that you're aware of that, but teamwork makes the dream work. So definitely like ask for help.
One more time.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hopefully you hear that.
Did you hear that one? He heard it. No, I. Me obligaron. Yo aquí estoy obligado. What is one of the biggest challenges you feel that you've overcome in your life, and what did you learn from it?
It took me a while to accept that things are going to be okay.
Okay.
It took me a while to kind of like, you know, stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's my actions or other people's actions, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, it happens. La vida pasa, you know, it's one of the things you're going to be okay with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Things happen, and I think it's a great mindset to address it that way, and saying, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
that's the motto. It is
what it is. Once you like stick that to your brain and you live by it, things don't really bother you anymore, because you are okay with things being out of your control. And it just It is. It is what it is, man. What you want me to do?
Yeah.
It is what it is. I got pregnant.
Can't do much. Yeah. It was my fault, but I can't do much.
It is what it is, dude. Now I have to like go through it and birth a whole baby. Which
what?
Yeah, you have to birth a whole baby.
Oh, I heard burn. I was like, burn?
No, dude. No, don't burn the baby.
Yeah.
Then you have to birth the whole. Can you take us back though to the moment when you found out you were pregnant? What was your experience like?
Oh my God, no. Okay, so yes, I'll take that. So I just wasn't feeling okay, and then I always keep track of my period. I was like, gotta keep it to the T. I gotta make sure I'm I'm good. I'm clear. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a couple scares, but this time I was just like, okay, it's a little too long. This might seem real. Yeah, real. Yeah. Wait a minute. So I asked Juan. I was like, hey, can you get me a test and some pads just in case?
Because I'm sure after I take that test, my period's gonna come. Yes. As many times it has.
Yeah. And I was like, it has to be it. Like I have to. Like,
I'm just stressing. It's just in my mind. Yeah.
There's literally one time for a whole month, no me ha llegado, and I was just stressing out so bad. I was just like, whoa. Yeah. Like, am I? But no, that time I was just stressed.
Yeah. So
I thought it was the same thing. I was like, okay, maybe I'm just so stressed for some reason. No. I took one test and you know what's funny? I thought of you because you told me like it instantly like salió, and I was just like, I looked at it and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I was still in denial. So I was just like, you know what? No, maybe it's a false positive. So the next day.
Take another one.
Yeah, the next day I took another one. Luego, salió, and I looked at it and I was just like, nah, this is not real. It
takes longer to realize that it's negative than when you're pregnant. Like that shit se pinta así.
Yeah, you're like, I was like, oh,
that was too quick. I peed wrong.
Wait a minute, this is wrong. And I still, I was still in denial at that point. And I was just like, no, this can't be right. And I already had an appointment scheduled for my pap smear. And I told the doctor, like, listen, I took 2 tests.
I think I might be
pregnant. And I just need to make sure.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, so we'll do some blood work and then we'll see. So she had me do 1 day blood work and then 48 hours another, right, to check the hormone levels, to see where we're at. And I have the app, so luego me dice.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't want to wait or check until like I got the second one done. But once I got that second one done, on that first initial testing, it was like almost 6,000, whatever. And I was just like, okay, and a normal's a 2. And then the second one was like almost 9,000.
Yeah, like the pregnancy hormone
levels. And I was just like,
es una broma de Diosito.
Yeah, it's not broma. No way, dude. And then I was like, okay, let me go to the doctor. Yeah, let's go do it.
Because the doctor tell me.
Yeah, doctor tell me, please, am I? And then they checked and there it was on the screen. I was just like, oh man.
Yeah, I remember that feeling.
Man, like I think what really got me is like, for some reason, they said they don't check the heartbeat or listen to the heartbeat before 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So and then somebody said something, and then all you see is it moving, and I was just
I remember that too. Dude. My little bean was swimming. I was like, you look like a little fish.
But I think it was just still surreal. Like I said, I'm still in denial.
Yeah, I was in denial till I gave birth. And that okay, I like asked the nurses to please put like a mirror in between my legs because I wanted to see how she came out.
Did they?
Yeah. So I saw the whole thing. Dude, se te abre? Oh, and like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what is happening?
Is that right?
That's a whole ass head. Y la doctora todavía le estaba haciendo trencitas a la cabeza de mi bebé. I was like, what is going on? So it was definitely very surreal. But until I like pushed her out and they gave her to me, I was like, oh, I'm a whole ass mom. My body didn't register it, didn't want to accept it. Mm-hmm. But when she was there, I was like, wow, I have a whole human being that I have to take care of.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and when I found out I was pregnant, I remember I was sitting on the toilet and Christian was showering and I was like, So something happened. Pregnancy can be a whirlwind of emotions. What were some of the initial feelings that came up for you? Was it what you expected, or was it different?
It was nothing that I expected. It was completely different. Everything on TV is fake. It's not sunshine and rainbows.
Yes.
None of that.
I was like, why can't people tell me the truth? Fucking pregnancy sucks. You feel like you're dying the whole time. You can't eat shit. You're gaining weight.
Yes.
You're getting swollen up. But it's great.
But it's great.
But it's great.
No, it's just I really don't like those first few initial weeks. I did not feel like myself.
Yeah.
I was sleeping every chance that I got. I would call in from work because I just couldn't handle the nausea, and I would get easily irritated. It was just one of those feelings like it was just raw, hard. Just get away from me. I'm not feeling it right now. It's just like, it was just not me, and I didn't like it.
You're like, I can't believe I'm fucking pregnant. Mm-hmm. That's how. But okay, it took me a while to realize this, and you might relate. Like, what was going on through my head when I found out I was pregnant? I was mourning my life as it was, or as it is still, like without your baby here. I was sad about the things I wasn't going to be able to do anymore, about the things that I had to take a break on. I was pretty much saying bye to who I was without a child. Because once they come in, well, you're you with a child. You can't be yourself without a child. Like, my child's not here right now, and I can't help but think, is she okay? Yeah. You know what I mean? So she's always in my mind. But I was very sad at the fact that I had to leave my life as I knew it. My body as I knew it. Like, it changed, and like, well, speaking about the body, how has that transformation been for you?
I'm a lot more self-conscious about my body. I feel like I'm growing, but even though I'm not really growing, it's just all in my head right now. It's just like, I feel like, I just feel like I'm fat, and I just feel like my skin is just not doing its thing, and I feel like my hair's in my way now. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, nothing feels right.
Yeah, it's like you're going through puberty all over again. But now you're aware of it, and it's uncomfortable.
Yes, very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. Terrible.
Yep, I did not like it. I didn't like being pregnant. I know a lot of women enjoy their pregnancy. They enjoy being pregnant. I hated my pregnancy, and I was like, I don't like this. My clothes doesn't fit. I had just gotten to a point where I felt comfortable in my own skin, and then here I go getting pregnant. So yeah, it's a difficult change to like feel your body change and not like the changes, because they're not always great. You know what I mean? Do you know what you're gonna have?
No, not yet.
Are you waiting for it? Yeah, I think it's 12 weeks, right?
Yeah, next week will be the 12
Do you want to know? Or are you like,
yeah,
I want to know.
Who the hell is doing this thing? What
do you have like well, right now it's a they them. Yeah. Do you have a feeling of what it might be?
Boy. I'm just saying boy, and people around me are saying boy. This guy's telling me like, oh, like, I have a feeling it's a boy, and I'm just like, okay.
Are there many boys in your family, Juan? ¿Hay muchos hombres en tu familia? I mean, it's only me and my sister, so. Oh, you're like evened out. Ni pa saber. So I thought, I was like, I'm gonna have a girl, because there's a lot of women. Like, I have a sister and one brother. And there's a lot of women in my mom's side of the family, and there's a lot of women on my dad's side of the family. And his side of the family are like pretty even out. There's 2 male and 2 female. But I was like, it's gonna be a girl. I have this feeling. Y luego la soñé.
Really?
Yeah, soñé una niña, and we're at a water park, and la soñé like just how her vibe is right now. Because one day she'll wake up and she'll be like, I want to be a mermaid, and I want to wear my cowboy boots. And I'm like, yes, girl, let's do it. So in my dream, she had like butterfly wings and a beanie on. And I knew that was my child, and I dreamed her, and I was like, that is that is awesome. And it's going to be a girl. And he was like, no, it's going to be a boy. And I was like, no, it's not. Y luego we did the test. It was a girl. I was like, I told you, dude.
Dreams don't lie.
Exactly. But no, I mean, it's fun when you find out. Are you gonna do like a gender reveal, or are you more like simple? I did not want to do a gender reveal. My sister pressured me to do it.
Okay.
Which, you know, I'm grateful. It was fun, and she was like, "Don't worry, there's not gonna be people around us. It's just gonna be us." And I was like, "Great, I love this."
Well, I wanted to do one for like close friends and family too, just so they know what the gender is, even though I already know.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I don't know what to start, like baby shower or like this. But now I'm just like, nah, I'll just tell everybody what it is, because like now people like I work around me and they're like, oh, did you find out? Did you find out yet? I'm like, yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I think just a baby shower would do fine.
Yeah.
How about a gender reveal? Because that's just a baby shower.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you like feel excited about. I know whatever rocks your boat, do it, live it. Especially like I think my biggest advice to any pregnant woman, or anyone who's planning to get pregnant, enjoy your solo time. Get ready as much as you want to get ready. Because once the baby comes, you're most likely going to look like Adam Sandler.
He's a vibe.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah. I mean, that was me, dude. I'd be like filled, like the first couple months were hard. Full of throw up, leche que se me salía de las boobies. I was like, what the fuck? And then you stink so much after you give birth.
Okay.
People don't tell you this, but oh my God, the stench, dude. Haz de cuenta que te fuiste a correr 5,000 millas y no te bañaste.
Oh my God.
But apparently it's so that the baby knows who you are. The smell is for the baby.
Know who I am. I gave birth to you.
But it stinks, man. It stinks. It was like the worst thing for me. Because I could smell myself and I was like, let me go shower real quick. It was horrible. But yeah, get ready for the BO. As you look towards motherhood, what are some of your hopes for this new chapter in your life?
Respectfully, not to be like my parents.
Respectfully. I think that's a great way to approach it.
Like, I'm not saying that my mom wasn't like
change is good, people.
Like, I'm not saying
you better not be following the steps of your parents.
Because like, I don't want to push religion on a child.
Yeah,
you know, and I don't want to push my child to be someone who I want them to be. Like, they should be their own person. Like, they should be whoever they desire.
Yeah,
their dreams. Like, I shouldn't be someone who crushes their dreams.
Exactly.
You know? I want to give them everything that they want. Like, hopefully financially, because I'll be broke then. But like, I mean, like, be there, like, emotionally to like.
I want you to live your best life, baby.
Yeah. Like, I'm just hoping, and I want to just not smother them either, because I know at some point, like, we could just smother them too much, but it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I want to give you the most that I can and be there for you the most that I can. Like, even if I'm busy, or even if, like, he's busy, it's just like, I want to make sure, like, you can rely on me, whatever you need.
Yeah.
And
emotionally, financially, and all aspects. I think that you're ready for motherhood. That's the best answer, because that's truly what you would want for your child, right? Like, the best for them, and not to follow the steps of the traumatized upbringing that you had. And I think that speaks volumes as to your hopes for this new being that you're bringing into the world. And that's just great. I think that you're ready. You're ready to be a mom. I think one of the things that I was really focused on, I didn't want to push gender on her. So I didn't pierce her ears. Okay. And that's not something I'm gonna do. Like, if she wants to pierce them, that is her body. And when she is ready, and if she wants to, I will gladly take her to get her ears pierced. And gender, not in a way that most people think, like, oh, you're turning them into a they them. No.
No.
I am allowing her to explore what we've constructed around gender, which is cars, which is, you know, all the dangerous activities I should be doing, you know, and whenever people are like, but that's not a girl thing, or, you know, I'm like, shh, we're not raising her that way. And if you want to be part of her upbringing, you're going to align with us. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate with Christian. And we have to like catch it sometimes because he will like subconsciously like place a gender stereotype on her. And I'm like, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. She can do whatever she wants.
Yes. Yeah, that is also something I want to do. Like, I don't, because like how we were saying earlier, they're just toys. Like, let them play with toys. Yeah. They're toys. Like,
they're toys. Like, why should she not play with a car just because it's a car? You know what I mean?
It's like,
and even if I had a boy, if he wanted to play like with a doll, I would probably let him because it's just a doll. And in their minds, they're not like thinking about, oh, it's a girl thing or a boy thing.
Exactly.
Until you place that idea onto them.
Yes.
Also, like touching a little bit on like, I don't want to smother them. I think that your personality doesn't change because you have a child. I say that not in a negative way, but like me personally, I don't like smothering people, you know, and I don't smother her. And I don't want people to smother her either. Yeah. Like, can you get away from my child? Give her some space, please. Space. Personal space. So I think that who you are now and how you express your love to your lover, to your partner, is the same way that you're going to express it to your child. And I think that you just have to be yourself. Yeah. I feel like you can't act as a mom with the ideas that you have in your head of how a mom should be. Literally, all that we're here to do is to make sure that these little kids don't die on us. That's our only job. Yeah. Literally, I'm just following her around, making sure that she's not going to kill herself. You know what I mean? Yeah. But other than that, I don't feel like a parent. I feel like I'm her big sister, just like, what do you want to do?
What's today's activity?
Yeah, exactly. Which I don't know if it's good or bad, but she's growing up great. She talks, she counts to 20, she's bilingual.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, speaking about bilingual, do you plan to speak to your kids in both languages? Absolutely. Are you focusing on one?
Absolutely. I feel like, because he speaks a lot of Spanish, my partner, and it's just great practice for me because I feel like I'm losing my Spanish, unfortunately, and I feel like this would be great practice for me and for the baby to learn Spanish and talk like bilingual. Like, I think it's important.
It is. Yeah, I think that's one of the interesting things when us bilingual Mexican Americans are raising a second generation Mexican American. And I think that it's okay if their Spanish is not as great as our Spanish. I really don't place that like expectation on her because this is the place that she lives in. And this is the language that she needs to be proficient in. So that was like my take. But it is important to me that she speaks Spanish. I just want to do it when she's like 5, maybe.
Which
focus on it. Yeah. When you think about your life right now, what are you most proud of?
How far I've gotten. Because like I said, I was really, really depressed. And I honestly didn't think I was going to live past 27. You know, so
you were like, yo me había matado.
Yeah, no, and it's just one of those things where it's just like, no, you can do it. You could, you know, it's
keep pushing.
Every day is different, you know, and it's just one of those things that I'm happy to see that I'm still pushing, still kicking.
Yeah.
Now there's someone else kicking, pushing. Literally. So it's just, I'm glad to see that I'm still here.
So you're excited about life.
I'm excited about life.
Yeah, that's so great. Did you ever expect yourself to hear you say, I'm excited about life right now?
No. I feel like at some point I'll take the exit, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, kind of like, it's good to hear it and say it out loud to be like, you passed 27, like that you thought you weren't gonna make it, you know,
Yeah.
like here we are now starting a family,
Creating
like,
life.
creating life. And now I'm
Yeah.
just like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So is that one of the things that you're most excited about? Like, the upbringing of your baby?
Yeah.
Like focusing on this new life that you're creating?
Mm-hmm. It's, yeah, it's because, like, I feel like not only can I kind of saved my life, but now I'm creating a life.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
So you want to like a step further.
Yeah. I want to step further, and I'm excited for it.
That's so great. I am so happy for you. I think that coming out of a dark place and finally finding some sort of light brings a lot of hope to your life. And I think you're just so brave to just both embark on your motherhood and just ride the whole train all the way, and also say, I wasn't okay, but now I'm okay, and now I'm ready for you. And I think that's just so beautiful. And I'm so proud of you. And I think that that's one of the things that makes you extraordinary, that you are able to push and channel bad times and get to a place where things are good. And I think for anyone that is listening to us that might be in the same boat, there is hope. There is hope, and you have to find ways to channel your emotions in a healthy way. You can't be afraid of living life and exploring it. And it sounds like you've been living life and exploring it. Please, like, let me explore.
Yeah, like everything, like from like I can remember till now, it's just, yeah, even though I was a little sad, but like I was able to thankfully experience going to Mex when I was like small, you know.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I remember that. It was enjoyable. I was able to go to Hawaii, Vegas, you know, and all these other great places. And I just recently went to Yosemite. Oh my God. The most beautiful place. And I'm so excited for more. It's just, I feel like those little things kind of help keep pushing.
Yeah. So like going to nature, exploring new places.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Putting yourself in new environments. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Yosemite was that extra push that I needed to keep going. And this was before I found out I was pregnant. I was just like, oh, I need to see more.
Yeah.
I need to be around this more.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. It's
and
so peaceful.
Now you get to show it to someone.
Yes.
For the first time. I think that's one of the things that I love about parenthood. I can see life through her eyes, and everything is just so new and so fresh and so exciting. So that whenever she like stops and she starts talking to plants, we're there. We never pressure her to like move on. So we are literally in the same spot. We could be there for like 5 minutes. When she discovered puddles, it was so much fun because we got her rain boots, we got her rain gear, because I never had that experience of like splashing in a puddle. But to see how happy she was to see like a puddle of water and she was able to jump in it, it was so great. I was like, we take for granted these ordinary moments. Yes. And you just get to live again with a new little one. And that's just one of the things that I really enjoy about parenthood. It's hard as shit, but it's also very, very great. For any of our listeners who might be at a crossroad in their own life, whether it's with their careers, their identity, or their relationship, what advice would you give them?
It's very simple. It's just, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. Like, there's some difficult things, you know, but at the end of it, it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And put yourself out there. I think that if you're in a dark place, you have to force yourself to leave your little
cave
and go out, produce some serotonin, smoke some weed, go talk to the plants.
Literally go to the sun.
Go to the sun. Yes, como una iguana.
Yeah, no, seriously, like being outside. It may sound a little stupid, but I feel like going outside, being outside, literally steps away from your door. It's just outside, fresh air.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, because I also think that way. Like if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're going through anything, just take your shoes off, go take a walk on nature. It's gonna help you. Just like center you, put you in a different mindset. Just connecting. For anyone who might want to follow you, know more about you, where can they find you?
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Shiva Master 97.
Yes. And well, this was it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. It was so great talking to you, seeing you, and getting to talk about motherhood and parenthood.
Gosh,
it's so great and so exhausting. But you're gonna have so much fun, I promise. It sounds like you're ready. It sounds like you're looking forward for it. And despite the difficulties that you are facing and that you will continue to face for the first 2 years of their life, it goes by really fast, really extremely fast. Okay. And you're going to enjoy every part of it. And I think you're going to be a great mom.
Thank you. I keep thinking, oh God, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, I'm going to be a bad mom. But
you're going to be a great mom. You're going to be the perfect mom for the baby that lives inside of you. Because you're its mom. And that's all they need.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for joining me today. And bye. Que tengan bonita noche.
Bye.